Hello and welcome to Learning in Technology. My name's Frank and I'm glad that you're here. In this video, I'm going to talk about Zoom and Zoom meetings, how to join a meeting and how to set your audio and video settings and some of the things that you can do with Zoom. It won't be comprehensive, but it's designed really to make sure that you can get up to speed with Zoom and that you can participate in a Zoom call and take advantage of some of the features that are there. Now, Zoom is one of those pieces of software that is so well known, it's actually become a cultural phenomena. You'll watch comedy shows and they'll have Zoom on there. People will talk about, I'm in a Zoom meeting. You'll talk about memes that are on Instagram about Zoom calls. So it's really quite a popular product. But more than that, it's a useful product. It's a product that allows us to have meaningful communication occur even at a remote distance. Now, at the time that I'm making this video, there's a lot of people that are using Zoom to conduct business because of isolation or because of quarantining. So the idea is that Zoom is a very powerful tool. Later on, I'll create some videos where I compare Zoom to Teams, but for this video, it's all about Zoom and it's all about how we can use Zoom to be more productive and to meet more effectively.
Okay, so here we are on a web browser and I'm just going to open up a new tab. Now the nice thing about Zoom is that it's actually super easy and intuitive to use. I'm just going to do this quick video so that you can see someone going through it just before you do. So if I go into zoom.com, it'll automatically detect my location. And you can see that it brings me to zoom.us. But what's going to happen is when I log into my account, it's going to know where I am. So we'll see that in a moment. But before I do any of that, if I go into the resources here, you'll notice that I can download the Zoom client. And one of the things that I do like to do is download the Zoom client for my meetings. You can also download a plugin for Outlook, which will allow you to go and use your calendar in Outlook to schedule and join meetings. And there's also some other plugins for IBM Notes if you're using that. And you can go and get browsers for Chrome. For example, if I go into add-on to Chrome here, I can add this to Chrome. It'll check. I'll add that extension. Now, for those of you that are astute here, you'll notice that it just added it to Microsoft Edge, even though I added it for Chrome. And that's because Edge supports Chrome. It's a Chromium-based browser. That's a subject of another video. But now I have Zoom as an option within Microsoft Edge. Of course, if you're using Chrome, it would be in Chrome as well. And you can also load it for Firefox as well. So if I load it into Firefox, I'm not going to load it here because of course I'm in Edge right now. Okay, so there's an example of going into the resources, downloading the client, and downloading the extensions. If I download the client, we just grab that and it'll come down as a download, and then I can install that on my system. But let's go back. Let's just go back into my Zoom main page here. And when I go here, I'm going to actually go in and log in with my account. Now, when I go to log in, you'll notice that I'm already logged in with my username. I blurred out my email address, but I am a licensed user. If for some reason you don't remember your password or you haven't been issued a password, but if you have access to your email account, what you can do is you can click the button that says Forgot Password and reset the password to whatever password you would like. Now what I can do is I can schedule a meeting, I can join a meeting, or I can host a meeting. Notice when I go into host a meeting, I can have the video off, video on, or just share a screen. For example, if I wanted to share out a PowerPoint presentation. If I go into my client, so I'm just going to go in and type in Zoom, and I'm going to open up the app because I've already installed it. And when I go into opening up that app, it'll open up the Zoom, and notice here I can join a meeting or I can sign in. If I sign in, once again, it's going to ask me to sign in with my email. I'll just quickly do that. So now I've signed in, it goes in and you can see I can create a new meeting, I can join an existing meeting, I can schedule a meeting, or I can share my screen. It's that simple. So let's go and create a new meeting. So I'm creating a new meeting in Zoom, and it's actually come up on another screen. So I'll just go over and drag this over here. And you'll see that I have my window for Zoom, and I also have a dialog box that says join with computer audio, test the speaker and microphone. It's always a good idea to test the speaker and microphone to make sure that it's working. So let's go ahead and run a test. Yes, I heard the ringtone. And now I'm talking. You'll notice I'm using a Yeti microphone, and as I speak, you can see that the bar is moving. So it recorded me, and now I can join with computer audio. Join with the computer audio, and we're in. So now I'm using computer audio. Notice I have a bunch of controls at the bottom here, and I'll do some other videos where I show you how I can work with these. But for now, you'll notice I could turn on my video. So I can go in and choose the video device that I want to use. I have several video devices, but a lot of people will use the integrated webcam for their computer. And I can go in, I can set security, I can choose participants. Right now it's just myself in this meeting. I can invoke a chat window. I can share my screen, which is really handy if I want to share out any PowerPoint or if I want to share out anything that I'm doing. So I can share, for example, the Microsoft whiteboard could be shared out. And now I'm sharing out a whiteboard. Oh, sorry, not the Microsoft whiteboard, the Zoom whiteboard, the built-in whiteboard for Zoom. So I have all those options in there as well. Go back to the meeting. I can record the meeting. I can have reactions. There's a lot of things I can do. For example, breakout rooms and closed captions. It's very, very simple to do this. I'm going to actually go ahead and end that meeting. So we're going to end the meeting for all, or I can leave the meeting. I'll end it for all. When I schedule a meeting, this is a very handy way of going in. So this is going to be my Zoom meeting. I can schedule it for today, the time that I'm doing this meeting, and it's going to go to the next closest half hour. So I can choose when I want to schedule the meeting for. Maybe I want to schedule it for 6 minutes, 7 minutes from now. And I can go in, choose how long that meeting is going to be. And you'll notice I can make it reoccurring, or in this case, I can actually go in and I can have a personal meeting ID in there that'll give it to me, or I can generate automatically. I can put a passcode on there as well, and you can generate a passcode for each meeting so that we can't get people popping in there. I can choose the video, whether it's going to be on or off, whether participants are there. And then for audio, depending on your subscription, I can have a telephone number that people can dial into if they don't have computer audio, but a lot of folks will use computer audio, and I can limit what people can use. And I'm going to put it into my Outlook calendar because that's where I actually have put the plug-in for the Outlook calendar. So I'm going to save that. So now I've scheduled a Zoom meeting, and now what I can do is I can invite participants through Outlook to that Zoom meeting, and they can then participate. So here it is in my Outlook. I've already got the client in there. You can see I've got here, and I can put required or optional people, and it's going to give them all the information as well as a link to join that meeting. So when that meeting is alive, what I can do is I can control click this meeting, and what it will do is it'll bring up Zoom. Now in my case, you'll notice that I have the Zoom client here. So I have the participant ID in here. I can invite others in there. I can choose the audio. I'll join with computer audio. And now I have this link here to join Frank's meet. Well, I'm in this meeting right now, and I can do all the things where I can start the video. So we'll go ahead and we'll end that meeting. So we're going to end the meeting for everybody. So there's an example of very simply how I can get into Zoom, how I can log into Zoom, how I can start a new meeting, how I can join a meeting, and how I can schedule a meeting. I also showed you how I could share the screen, and I shared the Zoom whiteboard out. So here you can see my downloaded client as well as the website where I have my account. And I'm going to show you quickly in this video just how to change your profile picture, because I think that's a great way to kind of personalize Zoom. And in a subsequent video, I'll make one fairly shortly, I'm going to show you how to work with this client extensively and some of the very cool things you can do. So let's go into my profile. When I go into my profile, I can go to Zoom and I can go to profile. And when I do that, I can actually go in and change this image. So you just go change, and you can choose whatever image you want. You just upload a JPEG in there, and then you can frame that however you want to frame it. I'm actually going to keep this picture. It's sort of my generic profile picture that I use. And I'll go and save that. And you can see I now have my profile picture in there. When I go into my Zoom client, you'll notice that the profile picture is here. And in another video, I'm going to show you some very cool features of the client and how we can use that. So for now, you should be able to go in, join a meeting, sign into your account, download your extensions, and be ready to participate in Zoom meetings.
Okay, well, I hope that was useful for you. There'll be some more videos on some of the nuances of Zoom and how to take advantage of some advanced features. But by now, after watching this video, you should feel comfortable signing up for a Zoom account and participating in a Zoom call. We'll see you in the next video. Here are some other videos that I've created that I hope can help you understand how to use technology more effectively for teaching and learning. And we'll see you in the next video.